Well, Glenn, I'm not the only one upset about those warmer winter temperatures, I guess.
Right, delaying the opening of the ice castles. But are things going to cool down anytime soon?
Well, we get it into the overnight. We get those colder temperatures, but we have seen that warmth that wants to move in, especially in the high country. Live look at Alta. Sun's going down. You see the cloud cover that's moved in. But this is actually the inversion layer over the valley. That's where we're trapping that cold air on the valley floor. But then we get some warmth. Building haze is out there. Air quality impacts will continue as we make it through this week. We get our average temperatures. So we're looking at numbers in the upper 30s and low 40s, and we have been for the last couple of days. That trend wants to hold on until the middle of the week. Then we get more warmth coming in. We don't have snow on the valley floor in Salt Lake. We do see it in other portions of the state, but looks like March out there as opposed to early January. We're also going to look at if there's relief in sight. The long range here kind of show you what's going on. One of the hot spots today, Blanding. 58 is where they warmed up to. Clear skies, plenty of sunshine on the Utah State University campus down there near the Four Corners area. Satellite radar shows us the clouds we just spied on that Alta camera. They're moving in West Desert, northern Utah, and now pushing into the central portion of the state. Now, don't worry, that ridge of high pressure, it's still there. All that moisture pushed far to the north because the ridge acts as a storm blocker, and that's what we're seeing. In Salt Lake right now, 35 degrees. We start to lose that daylight, and temperatures just drop. We were sitting in the upper 30s. Now we've got lower 30s. Will be dropping below freezing around 8 p.m. Another cold start to the day. Overnight lows in the teens and 20s expected. Let's talk about air quality, because right now we've got unhealthy air for sensitive groups in Salt Lake County, and we're forecasted to get there again tomorrow. Moderate air along the Wasatch Front. That's going to extend over into eastern Utah, so that elevated particulate matter is out there and sticks around with building haze for tomorrow. So there's northern Utah valleys battling that while we warm up in other portions of the state due to that high pressure. Quiet conditions tonight. Haze sticks around into tomorrow. The inversions are going to strengthen. We get really socked in. We already see that lid. It's formed, and we know it's going to stay that way. Into Thursday, a weak cold front gets ready to approach. We do get a few clouds as a result, and this is where the above average temperatures come in. Warm air pushes in, and we could see numbers in the Salt Lake Valley hitting the mid-40s, so a heads up there. Long range, just gives you an idea. There's that ridge of high pressure really throughout the western United States, and that pushes all the moisture to the north of us. We're like, but we want that low pressure system. Early Friday morning, we do see a front coming through. Now, if you watch, the counterclockwise flow here drags that moisture to the east of us into Colorado. That's going to be where the snow gets benefited. We do see the chance of seeing it in the mountains, but high pressure comes back as we make it through the weekend. So it's a weak system on Friday. It will knock temperatures back down, but mostly dry front there. 20s, 30s, and 40s along the Wasatch Front and on the eastern side of the state. Low 40s on the I-15 corridor. How about some 50s in Cedar City? We've got the sunshine, so we're going to warm it up. Also going to see those 50s down there in Washington County. Breezy conditions. Friday and Saturday, the warming trend continues. Down south, here's the Wasatch Front, haze. Now we're hoping the front with the southerly winds ahead of it and northwest flow behind it will take the edge off the inversion. Temperatures in the 40s, a little more cloud cover as we head into the weekend, but very dry conditions in the north for the next 7 days. Emily, Glenn, over to you.
Okay, Alana, thank you very much.
Turning out sports and Dana Green. And Dana, something we've never seen before in college football.
I'm telling you, this truly was an historic season in local college football. For the first time ever, Utah